Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? So as you guys can see, I have already started this hair. I'm doing a protective style here on my dear friend who actually, you know, give me consent to video her, and I'm so excited because I get to show you guys how I go about doing my protective style, or any protective style at all. This is how I do it. This is how I find it, appealing to me and my preference. So as you can see, I have already started the hair. I applied some gel on the roots of the hair, and I'm combing it with the edge control brush so that it looks a little bit neater. So I'm using a rubber band to hold the hair taut together, and to me it makes the hair appear a little bit neater, nicer, and seamless. This is how I do it. And one thing that I want you guys to take notice of is that I'm not doing the hair tight with the rubber band. It's not tight because what you don't want to happen is the tension from the rubber band and the tension from the braid that will cause friction on the hair and actually rip the hair out. And the fact that I have gel on it, gel in here, for me it doesn't work well. So you have to be careful with the three of them. It can cause extreme breakage. So what I do is I put the gel on the roots of the hair and I put the rubber band, but I make sure that the rubber band isn't too tight, because when I'm braiding it's going to be tight. So you want to make sure that you have minimal, very minimal tension on the hair so that you have a neat hair. It's comfortable to wear, and it lasts long. So as you can see, I am doing a few of these before I actually get into braiding the hair. I like to do this because for me it saves time, and I can just continuously braid in the hair without stopping and keep on parting the hair continuously. So as you guys can see, I have officially started my first braid here. And as you can see, I wrap the hair over the rubber band because you want to hide this rubber band. You want to give it the most seamless look ever. You don't want the rubber band to be noticeable at all. No time when you're braiding the hair, you want the rubber band to be seamless. You want it to make it look so natural, in the form of that you just braid this braid onto her hair. So that's what I did. I try my best to use the hair to hide the rubber band so that it doesn't show at all. And as you can see, I actually finished everything. I didn't stop at all. I just finished all her hair, make sure that the rubber bands are on it, and that I could just continuously go through without stopping or parting anything. So as you can see, I wrap the hair around the braid and I use her hair to actually start the braid. So with this, for me, it helps the hair to stay a little bit longer and it doesn't slip. So I braid the hair about 3 or 4 times, and then I take some of the synthetic hair and I pull it open and fold it around her hair so that this helps the hair not to slip at all and actually hides her hair, because this is a protective style. We actually got the braids in one beat to match her hair naturally, and let me tell you, this braid was so good. I don't even remember the brand braids that we used, but it was so nice. It matched her hair perfectly, her natural hair. It matched it perfectly. And this video was a challenge because we were working in a very tight space, because we were actually doing this in my room. We left from in the living room, we came into my room because it was getting darker and I needed the light. So we moved into my room so we could use the ring light. So as you could see here, I'm showing you guys how I do this again. So I put the rubber band, and I start to actually braid the hair. And what I ask her to do is I ask her to push her head onto my hand. So this helped me to be as close to the rubber band as possible so that it doesn't slip or I have to start over. Because one thing about braiding that I hate is having to pull the hair out again to actually start over. It's so annoying because the braid gets knotted, and that's something that I don't want. So I make sure that when I'm starting the braid, I do what I think it's best for me, that helps me to finish quickly without any mishaps. So as you can see, the hair is long and I wanted to catch this in the shot. So I asked her to hold the braid to show you guys how I braid the hair. And yeah, so I asked her to hold it and pull it. So every time I braid to the end of the hair, I hold her hand and bring it closer to my hand so that I can show you guys how I do it. So here in the front, I have to let you guys know this because this was so funny. So we were actually having such a good time. The conversation was late, So we actually noticed that we ran out of hair. So we had to stop what we were doing and went to the hair store before it closed. So the braid that we got is different from what I started with, but nonetheless, it worked well as well. The feeling of this braid, I tell you, it was it's actually good. I like it, even though to me it wasn't as shiny as I liked it. It did what it needed to do. One thing I like about it is the feeling of it. It was so soft. So I would most definitely use this hair again because it gave me a different feeling than the one I was using before. Even though they're two different brands and two different texture, I like both of them equally. One for the sheen and the other one for the texture and how it felt. It felt really soft. So I know that when I put this here in hot water, I know that it will actually give me something that I'm looking for. So as you can see, I'm almost done with the hair. Almost done. Oh God, listen, this was a very long day. Let me tell you, it was very long because when you have a good friend and you're doing hair and you guys are conversating, listen, time goes by so it takes so long. Listen, it was something to talk about. So as you guys can see, we're almost at the finish line. We're almost there, and it is so neat. Like, I literally loved everything about this here. One thing I didn't mention to you guys that I love my technique of braiding, I don't like to see braid and they're thin. Like, I like to see it thick. I love to see when the braids on the hair are thick. I don't like the little, skimpy looking synthetic hair parted and braided down. I like to see it thick. I think it gives the face structures, a little bit more volume and stuff like that. So yeah, so we're almost done. We're just here adding the little finishing touches. These are the hair jewelry that I'm putting in, and as you can see, it's so neat. Oh my god, like, listen, I was like in awe when I was finished. I was in awe. I think it was so neat, even though it took so long. Listen, nothing at all that needs to look perfect are gonna take little time. It's gonna take you time. Whatever you want in life, whatever it is that takes time, listen, those are the things that have good structure. And this was good structure. In my opinion, I loved it. I honestly, I loved it. And she loved it too. She was like so in love with it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes, darling. Yes. Listen, I was so in love with this. Like, this is what I do to myself sometimes. I haven't braided my hair like this in a long time. So when I did this, it really influenced me to go and do my hair like that again, because I love protective style. I don't even look at it as a protective style like that. I look at it as like hair fashion, to be honest. So yeah, this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.